right. Hi, guys. So we're just waiting for Diamond to click in here. She should be joining us. Oh, there she is. Hey, Diamond. So she's going to be joining us here in a minute, and we're going to start talking about a little her entrepreneur journey and what she's been through and what she's doing now. And let's see. Let me add her in here. Oh, she should be coming in. Gotta love technology. There she is.
Hey,
Diamond, hi.
hey girl.
Oh.
Hey.
How's it going today?
It's going good. Chilling, I think I'm gonna go outside. It looks pretty. Look pretty outside.
I was gonna say it's pretty, but it's probably cold out there. You this time of year.
Yeah, no, I go into hibernation, so
Yeah.
I'm a bear.
Awesome. So, wanted to first of all, I wanted to introduce you to everybody. So this is Diamond King. Where I officially met Diamond was when I was going to school for photography way back when. We graduated in 2008. And Diamond was, like I've told her, she always, when we were in school, she was always a hard worker and didn't get caught up in the drama. And I just loved that about her. And she always just had a great, like spirit, always uplifting. So I've seen her journey through Instagram. We kind of didn't talk for a while because we both were busy doing our things. And then I came back and saw that she's doing yoga, goals, and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I think you're even doing some boudoir shoots. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you've got fun. So tell us a little bit about like where everything started. Like, I guess out of school, what did you decide you wanted to do, and where did you land?
So when I got out of school, I thought I was gonna be shooting weddings and I thought I was gonna be all over the place. I thought I was gonna be doing fashion. And I think once I started, I am such a free spirit that whenever something didn't feel right in my bones, in my mind, in my body, I'm like, I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
That's literally what would happen. I'd be like, yeah, that's not for me. So I did transition I was shooting boudoir for years because women are amazing. Like, they're just beautiful, they're awesome. And there's sometimes you meet women and they don't know how beautiful they are. And I love to hype people up.
Right.
So I transitioned into that. And I want to say with yoga was something that I was doing even when I met you, but it was my home practice. It was something that I did to keep me chill,
Right.
vibing, not stressing, not slapping no folks,
Right.
So it was my go-to for peace. And I want to say I went through a lot of family trauma and also just stress. And I started meditating and doing more yoga and actually started going to yoga studios. Because before I wasn't going to yoga studios, I was doing yoga in the house.
Right.
I was shy.
Right.
And I think once I started going out into the Atlanta yoga community and realizing that the yoga community did look like me. It did look like the neighbor, next door for me. It was a variety of different people. And that's when I was like, okay, I think this is for me.
Mhm.
I'm vibing with it. And it was my happy place. You know what I mean? It was just like something I did for myself, that pushed my mind and my body to limits I didn't know that I could do.
Yeah.
And it made life exciting, like it just did. And I started doing yoga more because I wanted to be able to sit in meditation longer.
Mm.
So people do see like the cool stuff, they see the cool stunts and stuff like that. But I really just got to it because, girl, I'd be sitting and I'm like, ooh, child, the lower back. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We sitting there trying to do the whole Indian style. And I'm like, I am young. Why is my lower back toe up right now? And that's when I started actually embracing, okay, so how do I sit in meditation longer? Because I loved how I felt mentally,
Right.
but physically, the body was like, oh. And as soon as I embraced yoga and stretching and bringing awareness to how I felt physically,
Hmm.
it did help with my meditation practice. So it was just, yeah, just me. Really, I got into it because I was paying attention to my state of mind and trying to embrace things that brought me peace. That was it.
So let me ask you there, because it seems like that was a very easy transition for you from doing yoga at your home to then going to the studios and then working into meditation. What can you recall any struggles or anything that was hard about those transitions?
Um,
Or did it just pretty much come naturally for you?
that part did come naturally for me. I think uh, there were things that I think with meditation, learning to use discernment with with who you come in contact with in the industry, because I was doing yoga and then I wanted to meditate more, and I did almost join a cult. I did almost join a cult, and I didn't know it was a cult. I
Oh,
didn't know.
wow.
That's how that's how I got into hypnotherapy and studying the mind, is
Okay.
because I had an experience where it was a great experience, and then something wasn't right. But I didn't know what was right because it was happening. It felt like it was happening within me.
Wow.
So that was a struggle for being naive, and also being too open to like learning. And because I'm a hippie, so I'm like, yes, I want to learn everything. I want to experience everything.
Yeah.
But uh,
You have
you
to.
have to use discernment. You know what I mean? And don't regret it at all. I don't regret the experience because I wouldn't be here today. I would have never went to school for hypnotherapy. I wouldn't have never. I know so much about the mind and why we are blocked.
Yeah.
Why we can't achieve those things that we know we can achieve. I know a lot about how marketing works, and just seeing how everything has to do with the mind, and the mind can be controlled. People don't want to hear that, or you hear the word mind control, it sounds like it's something from science fiction, but it's a very scientific thing, and it is very real.
Yeah.
I've had my own experience with it. So I think that was the only thing that I experienced that I struggled with, because I was so loving, and I'm so I don't want to use the word now, because like now I'm like, but when you met me, I just wanted to be friends with everybody and wanted to help everybody, and I don't want to see negative. It's like I have a hard time wrapping my mind around someone doing something ill intent towards someone.
Yeah.
And so I had to go through, I think, universe wanted to show me that, like, girl, not everybody is out here rainbows and butterflies.
Right. I will say that's what I'm saying. That's one of the first things I said about you. Even though you were much younger than us when we were in photography school, you always steered away from the drama, and you were always working hard on what you wanted to do and your career and your, learning and all that. And I was just like, man, that girl's a hard worker, and she didn't get caught up in all this. So, and I love that about you. You've never been that way, and you still like I know we stopped talking for a while, and then there's been times where we'd meet up for lunch or we'd meet up here, after years of not talking, and you were always the same diamond, and I just love that. And I love that your the meditation was able to bring you peace. And I hear that more from people. The yoga and the meditation really helps with all the stresses that we have in life these days. And I think that's great. But let's talk about, so from there you ended up transitioning into instructing yoga and meditation.
Mhm,
Talk a little bit about.
mhm. So I actually started before I got my certification. I started subbing for a friend. She was teaching at a little spot in Swanee. It was like family owned. And she hit me up and was like, she had to go out of town or do something. And she was like, can you please teach my class for me? And I was like, I haven't got my certification yet. Like I was en route. I was like planning on it that year, but I hadn't gotten it. She was like, girl, like we've been in yoga class together. She was like, you know what you're doing. And she was so confident. And I was like, girl, what? Like, and I realized that was when I look back, I had a fear mindset. I didn't believe in myself. I had been doing yoga at that time. I had started when I was 17, and I was around 28. I had been doing yoga for a very long time. So
Wow.
I want you to see the severity of where my mind was, where I was like, oh no, and she's from a different perspective. She was like, girl, you're great. Go teach the yoga class.
Right.
And So my first experience was an experience of not believing in myself, being, afraid of how I was going to be perceived while I was teaching, thinking like, okay, I'm not going to say the right cue. And I started the class. I remember my first class, how nervous I was.
Oh,
But then within 20 minutes like me directing the class, but doing the yoga as well, girl, whew, brought me all the way back down. I was like, what am I afraid of? We just doing yoga. we
right.
just do-
I
we
think,
just doing yoga.
but the thing is, I think we all as entrepreneurs go through that. I mean, you can't tell me you're an entrepreneur and you don't go through times where you're like, and if you don't, I'm afraid to say I don't think you're normal, because we all, like, there's so many times in my career where I was just like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. I mean, I'm even experiencing that right now. You know, the new things that I'm trying to take on in my business, and I'm,
Mhm.
oh, I don't know. What am I thinking? What am I doing? But you got to push yourself. And I think that's great because now you're doing yoga. I mean, you have clients that you do yoga instruction with and meditation and
Yes, I do private sessions right now. Had to that pandemic, girl. That pandemic
okay.
I had to shift because I was going to people's houses. I was going to people's houses and that was like a normal thing. And, pandemic happens and it's like, okay, people are not wanting me to come to their house. People are nervous, and so shifting to do more online based things, which I'm be honest with y'all, I'm resistant, like because I like the human interaction. I love when I teach yoga and I'm assisting someone and I feel their energy. I'm right there with them. So learning how to shift from that in person to online
Oh,
has
tough,
been
tough.
it's been I gotta keep it real. It's a struggle. Your girl is struggling because I'm like, I want that. I want that. I need that. But also humbling myself and learning that, energy is transcendent. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
not just, like I can sense you and feel you right now and learning to tap into that and not block that. And I think there's a part of me that just like I don't want to. I don't want to, and it's like, you growth, girl, you gotta move past that. But
Right. So
um
are you still doing virtual instruction? Are you back to doing private homes?
I've been doing privates, but I'm trying to transition to virtual.
Okay.
Like I really do because everything is so iffy right now.
Got
So one moment, it's like, oh, it looked like good, and the next moment it's like, oh, it's bad. So I'm like,
it.
your girl needs
I'm,
to.
I'm there. 1 minute business is next minute it's like, oh God, here comes another variant. So yeah.
Right, right. So I'm trying to be prepared for the next variant and have make it where people can access, guided meditations, yoga classes from my website. I'm trying to put more stuff on YouTube. I'm trying to have it where people can buy courses so that, you can do it from the comfort of your own home and not worry about the Omicron or the Marion or whatever it's called, like, because
Yeah.
it's going to be a new one. It's going to be a new one in probably 2 weeks. Who knows, So, but, you know, but besides that, your health, your wellness, and your mental state of mind, it has to be put first. You know what I mean?
Oh
It
yeah.
can't be like it just can't, especially not now. Like people need peace. People need to,
Oh,
also feel supported. So I'm like, okay, well, if I can't come to their house, we'll figure out how to get the yoga to them.
yeah. Well, so that's exciting. And that's one thing that I was excited about because I've been, like I said, watching your journey on Instagram. And I was like, man, this is something people need right now more than anything. And then let's talk
Yeah.
about, so how did you transition into the sound bowls? I'm assuming that was part of the meditation and like, but what did that look like?
I love telling my sound bowl story. Okay, so it was during the period of time when I was like getting more into like I was meditating more, doing yoga, and a little metaphysical bookstore was holding a weekly meditation. It's like an hour meditation. I remember it was on Thursdays at noon. But look, I know I was like 26, and I went. I was like, let me check it out, and I'd heard of the Tibetan bowls, which are the metal ones. But I'd never seen the crystal bowls. So when I walked in, there was a guy and he's got these bowls in front of him and he's like, oh, we're going to play the bowls for the chakras. And I'm like, the chakras? What is this? What is this alien technology? Like, that's what I... So he tells us to close our eyes and he, starts guiding us and he starts playing these bowls like, yo, I could feel the frequency like moving through my body. And it was, I don't want to, I guess it was angelic. It was angelic. Like I felt like, wow, everything is going to be okay. And I started to cry. Look, I'm keeping it real. I started to cry. That's what it
Ooh,
felt like. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever experienced. And I remember at the end of that hour, I walked up to the guy and I was like, thank you so much. And I remember thinking, I'm about to learn how to play them balls. I'm about to get them. I'm about to play them. I'll be playing them for my mama, my grandmama, my sister. Like, because that's how much of an impact it made on me. And then I started taking my friends to the class. I took family members to the class because it was a beautiful experience. And anytime I knew of a sound bath happening, I would, hit people up. You want to go? Because it was just like I wanted to share it with people.
right.
And as soon as I had my funds together, girl was buying a bowl at a time because well, I want to say if I'm 34, so this wasn't quite 10 years ago, but almost. And those bowls were pricey. It was like photography equipment, girl. It was
Oh,
like photography equipment. So I remember I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure this out. But I visualized myself playing those bowls and having them, and I was like, it'll happen. I don't know when. And kind of like overnight, I was able to, I wouldn't say overnight, I'm saying overnight. It was like years later. I'm funny. I said overnight.
well, all I,
It was,
I saw you on Instagram start doing the bowls, and then next thing I know, you're like playing like at events and stuff. Like you're doing meditation events. Tell us a little.
yeah, I got the bowls and I went and paid and took a workshop from the first guy I got my meditation sound bath from. So the guy that I had
Cool.
went to go see
Yeah.
that day, that was my first experience, I went and did a workshop with him. And he's a sound therapist, and he, was teaching the ins and outs, and the do's and the don'ts. And from there, I said, "Your girl ready." I was because it was something that the moment I experienced it, I said, I'm gonna do this. I wanna be that person that it shares this with people. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Shares this frequency, this sound resonance with people. And it's so relaxing. And
Well,
oh my gosh, it's so
and it pairs so well with the yoga, I feel like, and then
it does.
you have your products that you have. Tell us a little bit.
I do. So I have natural homemade bath essentials. So I have like body oils, massage oils, meditation oils. I do sage bundles. I do wrapped stone necklaces. I'm launching a waist bead collection, hopefully by the end of spring. So I love creating. Girl, I'm not playing. I'm a hippie. I love to do.
I love it.
I love it's just like, I don't know, like I feel like, we're co-creators, right? And I feel like one of those things is I love to be artsy and to have fun and kind of connect with my inner child. I feel like it releases so much trauma and drama and stress. It just made me feel good. So sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna make a necklace tonight.
Yeah, and I photographed those necklaces. They're beautiful, and that was part of
Yeah.
the branding shoot that we did recently, which was so much fun. I got to take you out to a waterfall, which because one thing you said was being in nature and you love waterfalls, and I was like, where the heck am I going to find a waterfall here in Duluth, Georgia? you know,
I was like, we're gonna find one.
yeah.
We gonna
Far. And then we found one and I was like, oh, this is the place, and I those are some of my, oh God, I love those shots. Love, love, love them. But tell um so what about how did you so with branding, did you have any branding prior to our branding session with your business? What did you already done?
uh So I had a couple of shoots with photographers because I'm obsessed with photographers because I think, you guys are awesome. So I had a couple of shoots with photographers. Before the last branding shoot I had done was when I first started teaching yoga. An amazing photographer, and I wanted waterfall pictures, but we couldn't get to the waterfall. So I had desired, it was crazy. I desired to be like in water and it didn't happen. I know, like that's what I'm saying. That's what and I was like, I always wanted this. So it didn't happen, but the pictures were still amazing. But it was kind of the color scheme wasn't exactly what I wanted. And then I think because it wasn't what I wanted, I didn't follow with it. Like it's just, you know me, like I just did my own thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like with you and your branding shoot, you came along and was like, oh, I'm already looking at with the color schemes you've been doing. Let's, kind of play with that. And I love that you had that kind of like awareness and, you paid attention. It's like, okay, let's keep your vibe. Let's work with that,
Yeah.
and I feel like now I have pictures that, I mean, and it's not to say that I didn't have pictures, I'm not trying to, but it's like this represents me now, and my other pictures are older. And then of course, I be shooting my own self. I put my tripod up, and you know how that is, girl. That's a struggle.
Yeah.
Photographers, we can take our own pictures, but it's like sometimes we just need love too.
Oh,
So I felt loved.
I know this day and age more than ever. It's like I'm trying to front of the camera and I'm trying to do it myself. And it's like, oh my God, I just need somebody to, get in here and do this because it would be so much less time consuming if somebody else was, shooting it. But yeah, I get it. And that's the thing. Like I felt like you did have a little bit of knowledge with branding when I first, looking at your Instagram and talking to you and stuff, which made it a lot easier. But through the process, I think we came up with some great stuff. Diamond did, like she said, she has products, she has yoga instruction, she has the bowls, we did the waterfall, like we did a couple different locations, we did a couple outfit changes. We even pulled your sister in. She wasn't even expecting to be in the photo.
She a real one. She was a real one. She
And
was like, put this outfit on.
didn't she do too? So she's like multi-talented.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yes,
yeah.
yes. She did my makeup. My makeup was on point that day. I
Yes.
was like, oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah.
So,
And she was a great assist. Like help. She just kind of hung out with us and took pictures, and it was great to have. But yeah, and then so let me see what other. I had some other. Oh, how have you used the images so far in your business that we took?
so far I've just been using them to promote events. I haven't actually, I'm gonna be honest, I've been meaning to update my website because I want to use them on my website. But I've been just using them to promote my events.
Okay.
I'm more than likely going to use them on my YouTube channel, like, because a lot of the pictures I use for that are old. Like they are old photos. So I'm super excited about that. And that's about it so far. I'm planning on doing some little like I don't not postcards, but I guess like promotional cards for when people buy my products. I
Gotcha.
can have like kind of like a little card with more information either about the product with having my photo kind of like what translucent in the back. So I mean I have girl I have a list of things that I have to do. I don't need new business cards. I got plenty, but I want to sign with these pictures. So I'm making some new business
Very
cards.
cool. Very cool.
So
I want one of those when you get on
oh,
May.
okay. Okay, I got you.
So what kind of advice would you give to someone that's having a brand that's doing a branding session?
Oh.
Did you learn anything from it? Was there anything you would do different?
Mm, no, I wouldn't say there's anything we did different because me and you, we communicated a lot. I feel like we were very thorough about what we wanted to look like. You had the whole Pinterest board, which I absolutely loved. You guys, she had like a Pinterest board with all her little ideas, and then I did mine. We kind of combined them. So just being very transparent about what your vision is, these are the pictures I like, this is the energy I like and the vibe. And I feel like we did that and we kind of like met in the middle. And so as long as communication and what do you desire? What's your vision? So that this beautiful photographer can bring it to life.
Oh,
Just communicate. And I think that was the main thing is you very good with communication. There was nothing that did anything go wrong?
no.
Because you know me, like I said, I don't pay attention to negative stuff.
I just was thinking if there was something you're like, oh man, next time I need to remember to do this, or next time, you know what I mean? But you did makeup. Sometimes people come back and are like, I wish I would have hired a makeup artist, but you had a makeup, so you were good there. So
Girl, I'll be having tricks up my sleeve. I was like, oh, how are we gonna do this? And that's another thing you worked with me with. It was, my sister's the one that always does my makeup because I'm a little princess. And when I told you, like, hey, my sister's gonna be out of town on this day, you was like, wait, let's rearrange this so that it works for you because I want you to feel. I don't want you to, get a new makeup artist that you're not comfortable with, and then if she, doesn't do your makeup how you want, then you're uncomfortable. Like you were very aware of that. And I really appreciated that. That was, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, okay, Trina, I see you.
makes a difference. Like I've had, I have a branding client right now that we booked originally back at the end of last year, but we couldn't get the location that she wanted. So we've had to keep pushing it. And then certain people couldn't be at the shoot that she needed, that she wanted to show and represent. So
Yeah.
had to reschedule. But those key elements are what your business is about. How, make
Yeah.
confident, and so it's very important. So yes, I'm very big on, let's make it right. Like let's do it right. Even if we have to put it off, let's make it right. Because I will tell you, a hurried branding shoot never helps anyone.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Exactly. And I always say you can't rush or hurry creativity.
Right.
I don't care what nobody say. Mm-mm. No.
So tell people where they can find you, and like if you have any upcoming events that you want to share with people, let everyone know that's watching.
So you can find me on the Real Diamond King on all social platforms. The Real Diamond King and Vibes, I think, on YouTube because I think the Real Diamond King is taken. I don't know who the other Real Diamond King is. I have the closest event I have is in March because I told y'all I don't like to do stuff when it's cold. So March 25th, I'm going to be doing another. I did one at the end of last year, meditative and journaling event with a sound bath. So basically, it'll be in Atlanta. I'll be posting it on my page when it gets a little closer to the date, but it's basically I guide you into meditation. I play the sound bowls for you. It is a ceremony that's done in silence. So once you are ready, while I'm playing the bowls, you will get up and pick out your journaling materials and you'll start to journal.
Oh, okay.
And so what we're doing is we're combining the sound frequency with art to release trauma or to release
Wow.
maybe euphoria. It's kind of like reverting back to an inner child when you would color and just chill and listen to music. But adults don't really do that anymore. It's like we always have something to do. When's the last time you colored or painted
I know.
for no reason?
Yeah.
When's the last time you decided to write your thoughts down or write poetry? There's no structure to it, but it's more so about freeing, something that's repressed and using the sound resonance to do that. And super excited about it. So it's to me it's just a way to release. It's a form of release. So usually I do like complimentary tea and I do like a smudge clearing, which is kind of an ancient, like, Native American clearing where you use the white sage to clear your auric field. So I do that as optional when you come in. It's just a whole vibe
And so
of
so let me make sure I'm understanding. So this is in March. This is an
Mhm.
okay. And how do people sign up?
They can sign up through Be Social. Yeah, I think it's called Be Social. You can sign up when I post it. I don't have it posted yet on my Instagram, but they can sign up through a link. I'll have a link up in my bio that they can sign up that way.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a community thing that I did last year it was really beautiful. It was cool. Like,
How
you know
many
what
people
I mean?
are there?
Usually, let's see, well, one time I did an event there and it looked like it was like 40 people. When I did the meditative journaling event, it was only about like 10 people. So it was like a smaller event, which I liked because it was I had more time to kind of like share with the group and for the group to share with us about their experience. You don't have to share, but I think because because the ceremony is silent, when it
Mhm.
comes to an end, it's kind of like you kind of want to talk a little bit. So, um, so I think that when it is a smaller group, um, there's more time to be intimate,
Gotcha.
and not feel overly, shy or judged about, and again, it's not a forceful thing. You don't have to share, but yeah. So,
When,
I'm hoping to give.
oh, sorry, when can we see the link? Like, when can people start looking for that link to sign up for that?
I'll probably have it up, probably by the end of February, because if it's March 25th, yeah, so I wait for the event hall. So once they send me the link, then I post it on my page. And so I know last time when I did it, I decided to do it like super last minute. Like, um, I decided to do it super last minute. And now I'm like, okay, I want to plan in advance so I can tell more people about it. And then I'll probably do two more events like that because I think it was so much fun. Like, like I'm such a geek, but I was like, journaling and coloring and art with a sound bath, that's like the perfect combination.
I mean, it's big. I mean, it's self care, and we need it so much right now. So I definitely think that sounds really cool. I'm interested. I would love to go. I just gotta get. I just want to make sure I know when to sign up and everything. But I know we have a couple people viewing right now. It looks like there's a few people on. Just if you guys have any questions for Diamond, or are wondering about the sound bath or the yoga or yoga instruction or anything, please leave your questions in the comments, and we'll definitely answer your questions. So there was something else I was thinking about that I was going to ask you. So, uh, what areas of town are you usually in? Is there a certain area of town that you work in?
So usually it's Atlanta, Decatur, Stone Mountain. I will I've had clients that have been in Marietta, that have been in the Gwinnett County area. And again, this was before the pandemic, but I pretty much am a nomad. So, hey, if you call me and you're like, I got an emergency, I need some yoga and some meditation, and I'll just figure out where you're at and we'll work it out. You know,
Awesome.
'cause hey,
Yeah.
you know what I'm here for.
Up here in Swanee, like you said. So yeah, you're kind of all over, but you're also trying to do the virtual. So we'll
Yeah,
definitely look for that.
yeah.
Website again. What is the website again? TheRealDiamondKing.com.
TheRealDiamondKing.org,
Got
because you learn stuff on it. .org. O-R-G.
it. Awesome. Well, I definitely, like I said, I mean, I love you. I love what you're doing. I mean,
Me too, girl.
your personality and I don't know, I say your aura, but whenever I'm around you, it's always so positive. You're always so helping to others. And I love what you're doing, and I've loved watching your journey. So, and hopefully we're going to do better at staying in touch. I know we're both busy because we're both
We go, girl. We good.
but yeah, I've enjoyed, and I enjoyed photographing you and the branding shoot. Like, it was so much fun, and hopefully we'll have some more in the future. I might even get you to take my pictures because I need a.
Can you please?
So, because like I said, the other day, I'm like, I love doing the branding sessions. I was like, but I need like my own paparazzi taking pictures of me because I need pictures of
I
me.
feel you.
And it's hard, and that's why I love doing what I do, but sometimes it's hard to showcase it. So maybe I'll get you to come in and photograph me.
I got you, girl.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for today. I've enjoyed this. Is there anything else that you want to add to the live? I mean, we'll definitely be posting this and replaying it, and it will be on my.
Yeah.
So, and I'll send you the video if you want to put it up on your YouTube. But we will definitely.
Yeah.
But is there anything else?
I Is there anything else that I know of?
Cute.
Not anything right now. Just look out for, I'm gonna post some product specials and all that good stuff, and just go support your girl. And I got you. If you can message me any time of the day, ask me any kind of questions that have to do with energy, meditation, and yoga. And even if I don't know you, like I'll respond. Like I'll respond. I'll have a whole conversation. It'll be a whole novel. You'll be like, "Ooh, this girl love to talk." Ooh, because
Awesome.
I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate. So yeah.
Love that. Successful. So you just keep at it, girl. And like I said, we'll replay this. And if you need anything from me, I'm here. And it's been great talking to you.
It's been great talking to you too, Trina. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Take care, sweetie.
You
Bye.
too.